Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gordon Frayne, and today we're back with another price prediction video, this time for FLUX. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well, and if you want to get notified about similar videos, make sure to smash that bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's going to be linked in the description below. Grab it while it's free. It's my gift to you, and let's get into the video. So I've had a number of requests for a price prediction video all about FLUX, and that is what we're going to dive into today. First, we're going to look at FLUX through the lens of these 5 different pillars for fundamental analysis, narratives, technical analysis, a little bit about their team and the tokenomics before making our price prediction in the second half of the video. So make sure you stick around until the end. But firstly, we must answer the question of what is FLUX? Well, if we jump over and look at their website very briefly, FLUX is a cloud-based blockchain solution, and their CEO basically describes FLUX as the blockchain version of Amazon Web Services. So what they're doing is they're creating a decentralized way for cloud compute in a blockchain world. And again, if we scroll down here, you can see that they're outlining the evolution of the next generation of the internet, where in a Web3 world, we're able to read, write, and own our own data from a privacy and data standpoint. And again, if we jump down here, when we're talking about FluxCloud and estimated costs, the whole idea here is that if we can decentralize the cost of this cloud compute, the idea in theory at least, and exactly what FLUX is showing here, is that the cost for us to use services like Amazon, AWS, or Google Cloud are significantly reduced when we can do that in a blockchain decentralized manner with solutions like FLUX. So you can see here the cost of a 2V CPU is something more akin to $4.59 with 8 gigs of memory and 100 gigs of storage versus a similar solution on Google Cloud being $176 or $79 or $80 on AWS versus $116 on Azure. So again, the idea here is that FLUX are creating this decentralized cloud in a blockchain world that significantly reduces the cost of compute and cloud services. So again, other solutions that fall into this DePIN or decentralized physical infrastructure narrative are tokens that you might be familiar with, just like Filecoin, SIA, or Arweave. These tokens are, when we compare them to something like Amazon S3 or Amazon Web Services, are aiming to significantly reduce the cost of decentralized storage versus more centralized solutions like AWS and Google Cloud. So again, this is what they're hearkening to, the idea of this next generation of decentralized storage and decentralized compute in a blockchain world. So again, the decentralized physical infrastructure narrative is the main narrative that the FLUX token fits into, along with allowing people to build decentralized applications in a more cost-effective manner, and this whole concept of blockchain cloud. So let's take a brief look at the chart, because we've seen the price action for FLUX be in flux for a long time, but we did see prices for FLUX getting all the way up to this $3.40 mark here back in the previous bull cycle, when we got all the way towards the end of 2021 and at the very beginning of January 2022. So again, if we zoom out for looking at the chart here, going all the way back to the previous bull cycle, we can see the prices did get all the way up to this. Sorry, I've gone too far there. Prices got all the way up to this $3.12, maybe even $3.40, according to the wicks of the candles upwards here as we got towards the very end of that bull cycle. And as you can see, if we zoom out again, the overall market cap for FLUX did get all the way up to just under $700 million at its peak. We're currently sitting at a price of just under 51 cents and a market cap just under $180 million US, which makes Flux the 200th largest crypto asset by overall market cap. A couple of other things to look at here. Again, more recently, when we saw a run with altcoins in the aftermath of Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs at $73,000 just prior to the halving event this year, we saw Flux get all the way up to $1.77. So you can see how this thing can run when we get a bit of momentum, and when it sees Bitcoin running higher, Flux can really run off the back of that and went from prices, down here around the 40 cents level all the way up to $1.77 in a matter of about 2 months' time. So it can definitely run when we get a bit of momentum. Jumping over to the team, we can see that the Flux team is made up of, a number of these individuals that they call out on their website. I haven't done a deep dive into all of these people, but I do believe the problem of decentralized storage and decentralized compute is a real one. And if we can genuinely offer these kinds of price comparisons or price cost savings versus centralized cloud storage solutions like AWS and like Google Cloud, I think the problem these people are trying to solve is a very real one. And if they can do it in a cost-effective manner and do it in a way where, you have high uptime and have no loss of data, then I think they're solving a very real problem. Finally, let's look at the tokenomics very briefly. As we alluded to, we're currently sitting at a market cap just under $180 million US. If we look at the amount of tokens currently in circulation, we can see that we've got 352 million Flux tokens in circulation today out of a total supply of about 440 million. The thing to note here is that if we look back at a historical snapshot when Flux was putting in its previous all-time highs on the 2nd of January 2022, we can see that there was actually only 223 million Flux tokens in circulation at the very beginning of 2022 when Flux was putting in its previous all-time highs. What does that mean? It means we've gone from 223 million tokens in circulation to 352 million tokens in circulation, which is an increase of 63% in terms of how many tokens are in circulation today versus January 2022. What does this mean? Well, it means that the price action has to do a lot more work in order to get back up to its previous all-time highs, given the fact that we've got 63% more tokens in circulation now versus January 2023. So what does that mean? Well, a quick snapshot, again, just to summarize the tokenomics, is that we're currently sitting at a market cap of 178 million, down from an all-time high market cap of just under 700 million on January 3rd, 2022. The current circulating supply is 353 million, up from 233 million from January 2022. And what we're estimating is that we're going to be getting towards around 370 million Flux tokens in circulation by the time we get to middle to end of 2025, which is again when we estimate the bull cycle to be peaking out. Finally, Flux is currently sitting at a market dominance of less than 0.01%. So at just under $180 million, it's a very, very small fish in terms of the overall crypto market cap. But back at its peak, when it was getting up to that overall market cap of just under $700 million, its market dominance was closer to 0.025%. And again, the reason we're calling this out is because the overall market dominance is a variable that we're going to be plugging into our price prediction equation to help give us an accurate picture. So without further ado, let's jump in. As always, we're going to be giving you a bear case, base case, and bull case scenario for the price prediction of Flux over the course of the next 12 to 18 months when we estimate the peak of the bull cycle to happen. And yes, we do have to plug in some of the variables we just mentioned, like where we think the overall crypto market cap is going to, as well as where we think Flux dominance can get to in terms of overall market cap as well. So in a bear case scenario, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap could peak around $4 trillion if Flux can get back up to a 0.02% dominance level. That would get us up to a new market cap all-time high around $800 million. and then dividing that by 370 million Flux tokens, which we estimate to be in circulation by the middle to end of 2025, gives us a $2.16 price target for Flux, which is a 4.2x from today's prices. Next up, we've got the bear case scenario, and in a bear case scenario, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap could peak around $6 trillion if Flux can get up to a 0.04% overall dominance level. That would get us up to a 2.4 billion overall market cap, and once again, dividing that by 370 million Flux tokens gives us a $6.48 price target for Flux, which is about a 12x from today's prices. Finally, in our most bullish case scenario, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap could peak around $8 trillion if Flux can get all the way up to a 0.06% level of dominance, which in my opinion, again, would be very bullish, but that would give us an overall market cap for Flux of about $4 billion. And again, dividing that by 370 million Flux tokens gives us a $10.80 price target for Flux by the peak of the bull cycle, which is about a 21x from today's current prices. So that is our price prediction for Flux in a bear case, base case, and bull case scenario. Again, we'll need to see that dominance level improve. We'll need to see good growth in terms of its market cap versus the rest of the market. But I do believe they're solving a genuine problem. And depending on how much adoption we can see and how much the decentralized physical infrastructure narrative can continue to play out and get more people involved over the course of the next 12 to 16 months, I think all of that will factor into just how well Flux will perform as we move through the bull cycle. Let us know in the comments below, are you holding Flux as part of your bull run portfolio? Where do you think the price of Flux is going to by the time we reach the peak of the bull? Drop a comment below, let us know where you think it's going. And as always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button on your way out the door. It would mean the world. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want to get notified about similar videos, smash that bell notification icon so you can get notified. And once again, don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked down in the description below. Completely free. My gift to you. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.